Welcome all to the first part of my Roman campaign, or playthrough, using the Para Bellum mod, or mods, as there are several. I'm using the Para Bellum collection, plus the units 1, 2 and 3 mods, the population, and I think also the open beta, which has made a couple of changes. I'm sure everyone knows about it by now, as this game has been out for nearly a decade, I think. In case you haven't, I've only played a few turns of a couple of campaigns, but it seems like a pretty good mod. It's changed a lot of things from vanilla. A neat little thing as well is they've renamed the campaigns in chronological order, which I think is quite neat. So yeah, as I say, we'll be playing Rome. So the faction, obviously we get marching orders plus 50% movement range for all armies, which is really good. We get plus 2 recruitment slots in all of our provinces for Roman legions. The initial challenge is easy, but we'll be playing on legendary, so hopefully that sort of balances it out. And I have been struggling to decide which one to choose, as I think the Cornelii is really good, as it will help us when we expand for the auxiliary units, which is minus 50% upkeep cost. And also we get minus 50% public order penalties due to the presence of foreign culture, which again will be extremely handy when we start invading everybody, which is what we're going to do. The Julii clan I quite like as well, because you get the culture conversion, which again obviously comes handy when you're trying to move everybody's religion or culture even to Latin. And then you get the plus 50% melee attack during battles against barbarian tribes, which is good, but I'm not as bothered. And also the Junii, they get public order bonus up to 6 for Latin culture. So I think if yours is the dominant one, you'll obviously get the most public order, which would be 6, which is really helpful, because I have noticed in this mod that public order, where you get hit real hard with public order. You also get plus 30% wealth from agricultural buildings, which again is pretty good. I feel like this is probably the best one for us, so we are going to play it as the Cornelii clan. We've got battle time limit at 60 minutes, battle realism mode on because we're playing legendary. So let's get started. Of course, if anyone's played it before and you know of any hints or tips and tricks, please let me know about the mod, as it does seem to be relatively challenging, which is good. That's why I like to play on legendary as well, that extra challenge. I do prefer more of a challenge, I suppose, in terms of the AI's capabilities, rather than just being hit with a public order negative, as it were. But I suppose that's always been the way with Total War games, unfortunately.
You are at war with
Salads. Obviously you can only take it that far. Right, let's have a look. So obviously we start with Rome. Already we're in the negative. Oh, we're getting the negative public order. So let's have a look. So we start with 4 settlements, it looks like. Italia, 2 in Italia, 2 in Magna Graecia. So we've already got a level 2 barracks, which is pretty good. We can get Equites, Principes and Triarii from that, which is really good. Obviously we can do some extra building as well. And Neapolis has got a consecrated ground. So we can start getting the Latin culture up, even though it's on the decline already. And then Brundisium and Consentia. Oh, Cossentia, sorry. There's not much there. We've got a level 1 barracks, which gives us the Hastati and Velites, or Velites. And a farm, so that's not bad for food. We are in the negative food for Rome, or Italy, sorry. So we'll have to have a look at that. We've only got 1 food surplus, that's not very good. Right, let's have a look at our forces. So we have Lucius Libo. I don't believe he's our faction, so quick look. No, he's a Julii, isn't he? which would make sense as he's called Lucius Julius Libo, or Libo. And we also have Decimus Junius Brutus, who is our commander of ship, or fleet admiral. So yeah, Lucius Libo starts with a really strong army, 17 out of 20, that's not bad at all. We have some Principes, some Triarii, some Special Equites, some Equites, some Astarte and Velites. That's not bad at all. And we also have a couple of traits. -3 tax rate all provinces. That's not good. Now I'll come back to leveling him up because I might change it up in a second. This is Decimus Brutus. So it's a steady fleet. It's not massive, but it'll do, especially for public order, which I think was what we're going to do straight off the bat. We're just going to pop him in Neapolis, and that helps with the public order. And then we'll also upgrade him with the veteran marine, as that gives the best bonuses to ships. So we can't upgrade that all the way. And then we'll go for replenishment as well, eventually. We have our spy here, Postumia Scapula. That is a mouthful. She can also be upgraded. I think the steel food one is really good, especially in the early turns of the game when you're lacking food.
Is there nothing else?
We'll send her up north because obviously we know that we're at war with the Etruscan League. And then to the south, guarding our southern border against what will be our enemy Carthage at some point, and potentially Syracuse, depending on what happens there. We have Gaius Scipio, who is our faction leader. So he's, what is that, 23 years of age? You can upgrade him with a few things. He gets a couple of extra stats there as well, which is good. We are going to go for replenishment straight away, as I do think that's good. And then we shall go for the cultural conversion, because again that'll come in handy when we're expanding our territory. He starts with a smaller army, but a pretty well equipped one. So we have some Principes again, some Equites, and then some I don't know how you pronounce the Socii bit, but essentially they'll probably be a Samnite or other nations from Italy. I think that's the idea. The Italic allies, yeah. So there'll be people from Samnite or places like that that make up some other units for us. That's quite good. Got a strong, like, sword and board unit there. So to start with, we have upgraded it now. I think we'll have a look at diplomacy, see what we can get done. So the RDI are quite tricky, and never quite sure how they swing. Whether they actually grow to like you or they go to war with somebody else. But for the meantime,
be welcome here.
We're just going to try and get as many trade agreements as possible.
I am here to listen.
That is, if anyone wants to trade with us. Carthage would be good, but I don't think they will. No, because they hate us. Massilia also hate us as well. Syracuse we do already have trade with, and to be honest, if we can ally with them,
be welcome. If I can. The gods
maybe not
of
ally.
Olympus rejoice when men show such good.
That is it for now. But if they can sort of maybe they'll be friendly with us, so more than likely they'll declare war on Carthage, or Carthage will declare war on them to try and take Sicily or Magna Graecia. So for the time being, I think they can stop there, and they can sort of defend our southern region for us, because anyone that has to come through to Crescentia would have to take Syracuse, or fight them anyway. What we're going to do with this army.
Commander, to your duties, men.
We're not going to change the capital, but we're going to stick them in there for a turn. And I think we're going to recruit a couple of units of Astati. How many can we recruit? 5 units, that's not bad at all. But I think we'll just get 2 for now. That'll bolster them up a little bit. What else? Yeah, so we are at war with the Etruscans, no one else at the time. We have the food or the villa there. I do think as well we're eventually going to move this army up north. That's what's going to happen. We'll get our clan leader involved in some battles. What I'm also going to do with this army is because Lucius Libor is not part of our family. We do have Lucius Scipio sat here. And he's not got some bad traits. We don't think we can level him up, unfortunately. But what I'm going to do is basically swap him out. And I'm also not going to, just yet anyway, give him any skills. Because I believe every one that you choose gives him +1 gravitas. And obviously, when you're taking into account the politics, obviously we're suffering quite a bit there. But if we start giving them extra gravitas per turn, then obviously our own family isn't increasing. So we'll swap him out for Scipio. See if we got anyone else. I don't think so. No. Lucius. And I always like to have my general as a cavalry unit if possible. It is slightly frustrating that Gaius is, I'm assuming that's how you pronounce Gaius, like a silent N, but let me know if I'm wrong. But yeah, I'd prefer it if he was a cavalry unit as well. But I suppose you can't have everything. Before we do anything else, we'll look at technology. So we don't start with any, unfortunately. That just gives us access to our tier 2 barracks, which I'm not in an immediate rush for, as Rome has a tier 2 barracks, which is quite good. But there is the sanitation, which I think is always a big thing. I mean, like the +2 cultural conversion, that's good. But the +6 sanitation to all regions, 3 growth per turn for all regions, and 3% wealth from industry for all regions. I think that's pretty good. So we're just going to beeline that. So 4 turns for that, another 4, and then 11 for that. So that is the first, 19 turns of our game. But I think it'd be worth it when we get sanitation everywhere. And then we are also going to... I'm not going to use her just now.
A shadow among shadows.
Or am I? Because I don't think you can do anything. You can just sabotage 1 unit, which isn't that impressive. And you could reconnoiter, which again isn't that impressive.
At your service.
And doing that would just steal food for a turn. So yeah, actually I'll tell you what, we'll go in there. Italian noble cavalry will probably give us a bit of trouble. So, reduces movement range. So even that's not that good. I thought it did more than that.
What do you wish of me?
But she failed anyway, so it doesn't matter.
My skill.
No, we can't do
As you
anything.
command.
At your command.
Right, so we're going to attack. We're going to take our newly promoted Lucius Scipio, Scipii, and attack the Thunderbolts of the 9, Rex. But they will also get the garrison in Valathri. But even then, that's still only 13 units against our 17. And we are superior.
We hunger. Attack! For Rome!
Huh. I wasn't actually expecting him to run away. And now we can't reach them. I am sort of hoping that they are stuck there, but I think they might be able to get through the hills. If they can do that, that is going to be frustrating, because they'll run to Ariminum and then just build up. Right, okay. Well, we can't do anything else right now. So let's build a public forum in Rome, as that'll help with public order. And I think that is it for our first turn. He's moved up. That's squashing the public order a bit. Recruit a couple more units. Got a non-aggression and trade with Syracuse. The fleet is just chilling in Neapolis for public order reasons. And we've moved our main army up to fight the Etruscan cowards that fled. Yeah, so we'll enter. I am fully expecting Carthage to go to war with us at some point, but I'm hoping that I can sort of consolidate my position on the Italian peninsula, if you want to call it that, and sort of take out the tribes to the northwest, and then maybe go around to Iberia through that way. That would be interesting. Right, Athens has joined war against Epirus because Syracuse has gone to war with Epirus. That's interesting. I suppose that's probably one of their closest. Well, I suppose one of the closest people they could go to war with that aren't as strong. Maybe because you've got Egypt to the south. Obviously, they've got the Carthage to the west. So we'll see how they do. Public order is on the rise, which is good.
What do you wish of me?
I think we'll leave him
How
for
may I
now,
serve you?
and we'll run round, see what's happening in Ariminum, if anything.
In Rome's
Nothing at the minute, so that's good.
service,
Then we've got another general. Let's attack him now.
Advance.
Let's run off again. Alright, we can catch him this time. And they do still get the garrison as well, which is quite surprising actually, as they're quite far out. Alright, let's fight this. We do have cavalry superiority, so hopefully we should be able to engage infantry and then cycle charge with the cavalry and just annihilate them. I think that's also another thing that the mod does, is it extends the deployment zones, which as you can see is like half of the map pretty much, which is pretty cool, especially if you're, I think you can use 30 or 40 unit armies as a mod for that, but I like the 20 stacks. That'll do me for now. So I think we're going to set up over here, try and fight in the plains rather than the woods. As I say, we've got more cavalry, so we need to utilise that as much as possible. But they do have some cavalry units, so we're going to stick our Triarii and Principes on the flanks, and then we'll get our Hastati to hold the centre. And then flanks, we'll have a couple of units of Velites backed up with some cavalry. So we'll swing them back over there actually. Like so. That's everyone. And then we shall just move forward. We can also make use of the trees on the left side to hopefully try and camouflage our
enemy reinforcements approaching.
Velites and cavalry. Thank you very much. I don't want to fight in the trees, but it's good obviously for hidden troops. So if we can move all the way up, hidden, and then maybe surprise them on the flanks or the rear, that would be good. We do have to find them first. I'm hoping they're just right in front. We'll fast forward this for now. I do hate it when it turns into a bit of a scouting mission. Let's get everyone to move up, give them a couple of minutes to rest. As long as they stay on fresh, that's good. Shouldn't take too long. Yeah, I think everyone's good there, so we'll just move up. And we'll stick them in the flanks again. The Velites and the cavalry. We'll keep them in the trees for now. I think maybe them that might be towards the hill. If I was them, I probably would have went there. But I suppose that is what makes this game fun. You either never know what the AI does, or you can always predict what they do. I think I've been playing Total War games for decades, and the AI can still surprise you in more ways than one. Right, I'm going to stick them in the trees there. We'll get these guys to move up as well. We'll start to branch out a bit, I think. Yeah, there they are. Well, there was a unit. Let's see if we can find the rest of the army. And we'll also have to be a bit cautious with my general as well. I would hate to lose him on the first battle of the campaign. I'm by no means a pro at Total War, but I like to think I know what I'm doing at the very least, and that is that I don't get my general killed. And as I say that, I just put them on the far left on their own, basically tempting them, tempting fate. Right, we definitely saw a unit banner here. I'm sure I did. So whether or not they're all just behind there. I think we'll use the cav on the right flank actually. Move them up. Because I think these are slightly... Yeah, they're very heavy shot cavalry and these are medium cavalry, so these are slightly faster. So there's a couple of units there. I wonder if this is the garrison moving up. Right, let's see if we can reposition quickly. There's a cavalry. Looks like they're charging. Oh, best play that.
General, your orders.
Yeah, we've definitely found some of them. Let's move you guys up. We reached the map there, I think. Map edge. Yeah. So let's pull everyone back. We took a bit of a beating there with our cavalry. Try and pull our cav back. It's not really going to work. We're going to have to engage the cavalry. Those guys are just getting killed. Despite them. I need my other cav to come over. I think I was too spread out there, unfortunately. Let's bring the Velites on the flanks, try and give them some support. And those levy skirmishers are going to make mincemeat of us. Charge them. Their cavalry's getting killed now. My guys, I've took a bit of a pound in there, unfortunately. General's involved. He should be alright. I don't know where the rest of their army is. I think these are just... Yeah, this is just the garrison from the city. But I don't think they had a unit cav in the garrison.
Socii equites extraordinarii.
Anyway, I'll wait for the rest of the army to form up first. This
Equites.
cavalry is really slow.
Riders.
You go on there, see what else you can find.
Extraordinarii.
There's another unit of cav there.
General.
Right, I know you guys are tired, but we haven't really got time to stand and watch as our cavalry just get butchered.
Velites. On me.
Elites, you move up.
Parati.
I thought you'd be a bit faster than that.
Shock cavalry ready. Socii equites extraordinarii.
Quick inspire.
Romans to a man. Quickly now.
So the other cavalry can come around from the flank. Charge them in the rear. I'm not too concerned with the mobs. I think more similar route. Obviously that unit of cavalry, as we've seen here, can do a bit of damage. We'll get our Triaria involved. Also get them involved as well. I didn't really want you to throw javelins, as that is just killing our cavalry. So we'll fall back there. Right, there's the rest of the army. So you guys fall back.
General,
To admit it's not the perfect start, but we can recover.
Double time.
So there's a general at the back. They're very tired. We'll get them to stand there and rest for a bit. Looks like the rest of the army is going to come down now and engage us. That's good. That's what I wanted. We can just stand in a line, circle around with our velites, and then finish them off with the cav.
General.
Wobbly them well.
Forward. Ready and waiting. Come on.
Get our cav to charge in there. Velites will take a bit of a hit, that's fine.
Advance at speed.
Not bothered about them.
Orders.
We'll let them rest for a bit.
Velites. At the double.
Looks like we're just having a bit of a javelin off in the middle.
General.
That's okay.
Gloria wins. Velites. Pull back. General. Advance. Ready and waiting. Action.
Charging.
Commander. Quick. March.
I'm not that bothered about the
I fought
velites.
glory.
They are there to loose a few javelins and die. I'm more bothered. I'm more bothered about the cavalry.
Principes.
So
Advance at speed.
let's move these up.
Proud Romans.
You guys can charge them.
Jupiter gives us
Let's move these guys up as well. Help the general out.
Legio Parati.
Pull him out because he's getting pelted now.
Ready and waiting. Forward. We charge.
Get the general. This is going to hurt us quite a bit.
General, go forward.
Right, I need you guys to come in now and fight.
Sons of Mars. Advance.
Right, you guys charge them.
Melee troops awaiting orders. Awaiting targets. Romans all.
The velites to come round a bit more. Those cavalry are giving it a damn good go.
Your orders. Ready and waiting. Socii equites extraordinarii. Ready for duty.
Chase him down.
Triarii. Advance. Come on. Melee cavalry ready. General. Quickly now. Equity.
They just seem to be very slow. I always expect them to be a little bit faster. These cavalry guys are just sending in a wild goose chase around here. And it is get our general charging at them.
Ready and waiting.
Yeah, it wasn't bad.
At speed. Equities. Missiles ready and waiting. Sons of Mars.
Get them to charging.
Melee infantry. Missile infantry at your command. Principes! Sons of Mars! Commander, your orders!
Right, surround them.
Charge! Equities!
Yeah, they should kill them easily.
Forward!
They are noble cav, so I'm sure they'll take a while
General! Following riders at the
to slog through, but
missiles awaiting targets.
it's fine.
Double time!
Reform them.
Quick march! Commander!
You guys have killed that cavalry, so that's good. Although heavy cav has took a bit of a beating there. But all in all, the losses aren't too bad. Their general's going down, which is good.
Missile infantry ready!
Elites, I'm not bothered about. It's fine.
Melee infantry at Commander!
Charge these in.
Ready and waiting. Orders?
Get them charging in as well.
Ready. Ready and waiting. Equities.
General's still going down, so that's good.
Elites.
Throw some
Back men.
javelins into the swordsmen. Thin their ranks a bit.
You have orders, sir.
Victoria! Lead us! Melee troops awaiting orders. Elites.
Chase them down.
Soci equites.
Everyone involved there. Not you guys, not you.
Orders.
Stay there.
General. Up for glory.
They should be dead soon.
The charge.
That's the general of the army. They're slowly getting killed. That's the general of the garrison. And they get massacred, so that's good. They managed to beat both of my units there. I wasn't expecting that.
Forward. Commander.
But we do have 2 units of cav there, so we can charge them in the rear.
Has started.
They are holding pretty well. Just a big block of men. Not really doing anything there. I did think,
Advance at speed.
well, make sure you kill the general.
Quickly now.
I don't want him running off.
Riders at the double. Ready.
Commander.
Is that everyone now? I think so. Just these guys left.
Ready and waiting.
Now they pull the Philippines out.
Back now.
Not doing much other.
Soci equites
These guys out.
extraordinari. Quickly now.
I mean, they're very heavy shot cavalry.
Withdraw.
I know they're a hoplite unit, but in the rear I was
Riders advance.
expecting a bit more there.
Equites. Ready. As he am. Has
Right.
started.
They've run off. And they're still chasing the general, which is the last guy there. Can you catch him? Oh, there you go.
Equites.
That should be them all dead. Or they just still say 1. Why does it say 1? If there's one guy left, then that is the general. And he gets away. That is a bit of a piss take. Because he just stood there, not doing anything.
Dominate. Soci
Right, just let him cavalry get charged now.
Quickly now.
That is the best way to maneuver your cavalry.
Romans
Just
ready for
let them
duty.
get charged by cavalry, hoplites.
Melee infantry at your command.
Right,
Has started.
let's get these charged in.
For glory.
Get some flanking going.
At speed. Missile infantry. Orders. Commander. Tribunus.
I think they're all done there. Don't really need them anymore. Bring these guys back.
Melee horsemen.
Cavalry.
Riders advance. Extraordinary. Has started. Double time. Ready and waiting.
I don't really want to commit anyone else just yet.
Principes.
I mean, these guys are,
Advance.
well, they're not really surrounded, but they are holding out.
General. Engage.
Quick charge from the general. See if they can kill any. Not many.
Riders advance.
Literally 1. You killed 1 guy on the charge. And you lost. How many? 3, 4? Maybe 5 men.
By your command.
There's a couple more dead. Right, it looks like they're wavering, so that's good.
Equites. For glory.
So, We'll continue that.
Sucky! Engage!
We'll just mod them up. Don't want anyone getting away. Charge them. I think that's awesome. There's only 8 there. I don't think anyone's getting away from that. Big blob. So that'll do. Yeah, so their hoplites did the most damage. Obviously everyone, I think, played their part there. The general got the most kills, which is good. We didn't get a message to say that he had died, so I do hope that is the case. We lost 760 and we killed 1,491. So it's not bad. Not a bad trade. We don't have the replenishment tray yet, which is a bit of a shame. But we should be able to get it either this battle or when we take Valathri, I think. So that'll help. Right, so he's dead. General's still alive by the looks of it, which is good.
Is that all?
There you go. He's leveled up.
Commander?
We can't take Valathri this turn, unfortunately. But we can get the replenishment skill, so that's good. Right. So we'll attack them next turn.
Service.
We will deploy her now, actually. Steal a bit of
Observing
food.
the enemy, sir.
So you can see there, she stole 5 food now, so that is pretty good. Obviously that has an impact on your growth and replenishment rate as well, which is good to know. I think I forgot about that. We just have a bit of money. I'm not sure what to do with it just yet. I don't really want to just stay here recruiting units, because it's a bit of a waste. But then in the same breath, I'm sort of interested to see what happens with Syracuse and Epirus. Because they'll recruit a full stack, and they'll go straight for Epirus, I would have thought. And if they die, then Syracuse is ripe for the taking. But we have just got a non-aggression pact, so that defeats that, I think. So yeah, we'll continue with my initial plan. We'll keep moving north. How much public order is that given? Not much. I'm also going to take our fleet and send them round to Brunticium, as the south needs a bit more military governance, shall we say, for public order. So it's going to take them 2 turns to get there. And it does have a military wharf as well, which is much better to recruit. Ships in. And yeah, we'll just slowly move this guy north. And we will pick up a couple more units as we are moving north. 4 more, that'll take us to 17 as well. That gives us a decent amount. I would like some more cavalry in this army at some point, as that is something we are lacking. But I do think, yeah, when we get into Rome, I'll keep the barracks for now. You know, as it's level 2, and then we can recruit some cavalry as well. So actually, I'll get rid of 2, because then I can recruit 2 units of cavalry next turn. So that's it. She's moved. I don't think we've done diplomacy this turn.
Enter, friend, and speak.
Oh dear, I don't want anything to do with us. Athens,
Greetings. We are civil.
you don't want a trade agreement. Massilia hails. So that is it. Okay, so I shall end the first episode there. It's just about to end turn, and I'll start the next part at the beginning of the next turn. And I'll catch you then.